advance into the Division II District Championship here at Shelby. Will it be the Mansfield TY Tigers looking to get above 500 with a victory here tonight, or the Norwalk Truckers making their way down Route 13 here to take on Mansfield? You'll find out with us live and free as our tournament soccer coverage comes your way right after this.
And I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween.
Welcome back to fabulous Shelby High School for the Division II District Semifinal Showdown. Mansfield Senior and Norwalk just a few seconds away from going toe-to-toe. I'm Brian Skowronski, Jesse Rider joining me on the call here tonight, and I love this matchup, Jesse, because both of these schools haven't really been to a district final in a long time, or I'd have to do some research, maybe ever as far as I know, or at least haven't won one. So we're at least going to get one team that's kind of a newbie to get a play on that big stage.
Yeah, certainly Norwalk has kind of a long history, and there was a period of time probably in the early 2000s, maybe, I'm trying to think back, maybe they had a district championship there, or at least made it to the district championship game. But it's going to be a fun matchup, certainly coming off game one. That was a great game, competitive game, two conflicting styles and kind of battle out to the very end. A lot of fun there, and so we hope the same for tonight. You know, Norwalk for us, we don't see them a ton, but they've got some players for sure, and a Mansfield Senior team that I would say is peaking at the right time.
That's a great way to put it, and a great segue too, Mr. Ryder. You're such a pro, as we'll dive into our Tigers team spotlight. And this, arguably, I think their best season in about a decade or so, at least as far as the tournament trail. Haven't been to this position since 2013. This is a team that really impressed you when you got a chance to see them with your own eyes. They got some big, physical, athletic kids, and they got a bit of a soccer prowess and awareness about them too.
Yeah, I would say so. I've been around the Mansfield program in one way or another, whether coaching against them, playing against them, or just watching them for probably close to 20 years, honestly, or maybe even more now I think about that number out loud. But I really think this is probably the best soccer group, soccer IQ that I have seen from Mansfield in a long, long time. And so I think the big moment for Mansfield will be when the game is on the line, when the pressure's on. Can you stick to what you're good at? Can you continue to keep possession, move the ball, do all those little things that made it so good against Clear Fork, even now against a new opponent.
And they've been playing very well down the stretch here. You see the 33 goals that they've scored over their last 7 matches, 5 of those wins, and then they got plenty of kids that can get after it and score, 4 of them in double digits. We'll now step aside for the playing of our national anthem. It's time for the Star Spangled Banner. So the Tigers race down into one end zone as Norwalk heads over to their bench. In for Mansfield Senior, our player spotlight tonight, one of the coach's kids, Quinten DeBolt. This kid, I think, really impressed me the last time that I got to see him. Really controls things very well in the midfield. Excellent distributor, and just one of those guys that you can tell the Tigers are looking for. They have confidence in him to make proper decisions with the ball.
Absolutely. Talented player. What we saw from him was the ability that the green light is always on. And so if you think you've got a shot or a chance to score, hit it, and we'll see what happens.
That's right.
And it paid off, right? But, I mean, he probably shot 6 or 7 from deep and scored one of them. And I think that's a percentage you're okay with. I mean, he's got a great shot, a great nose for the goal. And I think if you have an unsuspecting opponent, look out because you may not know what's coming at you.
And then over on the other side, the opponent tonight, the Norwalk Truckers, playing in the Sandusky Bay Conference, checking in with 11 victories so far on the season. Had a couple of nice outcomes, beat down Clear Fork earlier in the year, and also went toe-to-toe with Madison. So this is a team, Jesse, that also scored a win over Ontario. That they're a tough one, like you said. They'll come down here with a nice record, but what are you going to get from them? We'll find out.
Yeah, Norwalk's one of those teams you just never know who they are. And so you look at the results, they don't always make sense. Sometimes they lose to a bad team. Sometimes they beat a really good team. I look at their season this year. They lost to Vermilion 3-0 earlier in the year, beat Vermilion 3-1 in the tournament. There's just all sorts of results. And so you really don't know what level of team you're going to see. But I think this year, my guess is, this is a Norwalk team that's got some players. They've got some players who can play. There's some skill with the ball. It will be, can they put everything together at the right time and break down a very talented Mansfield Senior defense?
We're finding out right here and now as that wraps up our Mechanics Bank pregame show, and we are into soccer action.
Yeah, two opponents who don't really see a lot of each other, and I think their common opponent in Clear Fork, obviously Mansfield Senior beat Clear Fork the other night in tournaments with a convincing 4-1 win, but certainly it was a competitive, even game for most of the match. And then earlier in the game, early in the season, I think Clear Fork beat Norwalk 5-4, I think, but it was one of the, if I'm not mistaken, Clear Fork was up 5-1 at one point. and then Norwalk came back and made a game of it late and almost came back and tied that. So it's kind of the one common opponent I know about. There might be one or two others, but that was the one I knew about. It's just interesting to see how that plays out tonight.
And here's our keys to victory. Jesse, you didn't even know this was going to be yours, but how about that? All gas, no brakes, so you got to keep on the motor, keep it revving if you're Norwalk, huh?
Absolutely. I think you just kind of they've got some momentum right now. They beat a good Vermilion team, and you just kind of keep going, and you're going to get frustrated against a Mansfield Senior defense that doesn't give up a lot of talent or a lot of great shots, and so you just kind of keep going, keep pressing, keep pushing, and see if you can
big throw into the box.
That is a weapon right there. That's the throw in. A lot of teams dream of having that. I mean, that was like a corner kick and a little better execution on the header, and it's 1-0 Norwalk early in the game. Great throw in the box. Unmarked, as I'm talking about how good Mansfield Senior's defense is, kind of unmarked and a free header right in front of the goal, but just puts it over top.
So a quick early opportunity for Norwalk. And they're looking to stay on the attack here in the attacking third.
Ooh.
And that's a deep shot from Erik Rangel-Negrete. And for the Tigers, I mean, their calling card I think this season has been to be the more physical, dominant team out there, Jesse, and we would expect that they would have to win some of those matchups here. Certainly I think on the outside tonight, just utilizing some of that physicality.
Yeah, I think what we've talked about with this group is if they can keep possession of the ball, we see right away Norwalk's got some players who can play, and they got some chances to go forward. Two good looks early on. You can't keep giving Norwalk the ball. When you keep giving good teams the ball, it just makes them better and better. And so for Mansfield, it really got to stick. Can we win the ball? Can we keep the ball? Not have bad turnovers? And then can we generate an attack out of that? Good grief.
Third shot. This one about a foot too tall, but, man, a lot of pace.
Yeah, it's going to hit the football goalpost is actually what it hits. It bounced back into play, but that's out of play for soccer. But that is a clean look. That is the third solid attempt in the first 3 minutes of the game for Norwalk. Mansfield Senior, there was a little bit of my concern of when you haven't been to this level and then you get to this level, are you satisfied with just getting to this level? You know, for Mansfield, I think you've kind of got to get beyond like, hey, we made it. Now it's like, all right, not only did we make it, we got a chance to make it farther. But they're going to have to clean things up a little bit.
Tigers haven't really had an opportunity with possession yet as we're about 3 minutes in. Got a nice little build-up going here. Sincere Long with the pass to the outside. Give and go. A lot of speed and off the cross. Trickles into the hands of the keeper, but definitely the best-looking build-up so far for the Tigers.
Absolutely, and the run gets free. The defender stops, thinks his keeper has it. It runs a little late into the box, but that play is good for the Tigers. That's what we're talking about. There was no giveaways. It was just smooth, keeping the ball moving, build up the attack, get a ball in front of the goal and see what happens.
First time Brock Cool has touched the ball here tonight.
Like how this game's being played right now. We're going to get some goals here. I think the last one we saw a bit of a slugfest back and forth. Saw Ontario just defend so well for so long, and Lexington eventually just breaking free on a great goal by Jack Hebel. I think we've already seen more quality chances in the first opening minutes of this game, though. We could get some goals early if we're not careful here.
Well, Norwalk in 3 minutes already had more shots than Ontario did in the entire match.
It's by design for Ontario for sure, but also that's tough. It's tough. Now, Norwalk had a long throw right in front of the goal. It was nearly a goal, but just put it right over top. Let's see how they do on the corner kick here. Pros and cons to playing a team you never played for. You don't know some of their set-piece strategies and styles. It's a good ball, and I like where that landed. Just couldn't quite connect on the other end. So you just kind of got to be alert, be aware, and just kind of rely on instincts really to defend. But what we do know so far about Norwalk is this kid can launch the ball into the box.
Yeah, I mean, he's more often than not, you're not thinking about getting this one.
Look at that.
Into the box. Almost settled at the feet there of a Norwalk trucker. And kind of a break there for the Tigers as they're trying to break loose. Here comes Long with the pressure. And a turnover. Tigers pushing with some authority. DeBolt. Fancy pass back. And they tried to flick it forward for Sincere. Had a lot of space around him, too.
Yeah, good opportunity there. Just couldn't quite get that last ball into the box. Norwalk has got some pace when they get the ball. really connected a lot. That's a good opportunity to go forward. Looks like they're more dangerous off set pieces, throw-ins. It's going to be another corner for Norwalk early on.
Yeah, Ben Snyder making that happen, just lobbing it there into traffic, getting the deflection. And there goes Erik Rangel-Negrete trotting back out to the corner. We'll take a look at his player spotlight here in just a little bit, but this kid, what an unbelievable season he's having. Double-digit assists, 30 goals to Jesse, and if they were to make a deep tournament run, tracking for the most in program history, as that's one of those back-to-Papa plays.
Did it not hit the post?
It hit the side of the post.
Hit the side. I don't. I'll have to check the rules on this. I believe if no one else touches it, that should be a senior free kick coming out. Unless the keeper didn't touch it. I'll have to go back to my rule book. I don't see that happen often enough where it hits the corner, comes back to the corner kick taker without anyone hitting it. But I believe it's got to hit somebody else.
They'll send this one into heavy traffic again. The flick is a bit off target off the head of Mason Gamble. But the Truckers do well again to possess. The Tigers making it tough on them. And a whistle stops.
A Mansfield throw. I think Norwalk got a little casual on the sideline there and kind of let it roll out of bounds on his foot. Be a Mansfield throw in.
Throw down the line. And it was able to settle at the feet there of Jackson Stentz, but he too a shade out of play.
I wonder at what point do you not let him throw the ball in long? How far can he actually get into the box? I mean, his first two throw-ins were just absolute rockets into the box.
The junior Gamble again throws the dice. And shows some patience there, allows the ball to come his way. But the Tigers able to clear it out of there, at least momentarily.
Good battle in the middle of the field by Sincere. Then it's a good ball out.
And the ball will race out of bounds on the far sideline, flicked forward. Trying to get it to Long, using his body, shields off the defender. And now Justin Crawl with the setup back post.
Oh, so close for Mansfield.
What a quality look for the TY Tigers. The bolt hit the deck, but check this out, Jesse. Little shimmy shake. Lobs it in there. Crawl takes it on the hop.
Oh, I think it was off of Norwalk. I actually thought, it's going to be a goal kick coming out. Looked like Norwalk actually was the one maybe that put that one just a little wide there.
Yeah, I think that's fair when you watch the replay. Might have been off the slide tackle. Instead, the Truckers with possession, and now they'll have the throw over on the far side. Jose Negrete quickly gets it in, drop it right back to him.
That's a good ball into the box. Defended well by Mansfield. That was good. It's a dangerous ball in. That is clever there. If we'd have pulled that off, we'd have been watching that highlight for a couple of times. It's going to be offsides, I think, but it's going to be dangerous for sure.
Forces Braxton Hauk to come out, make a play.
Ooh, careless turnover there by the back line.
Now set up. Oh, let it just roll through.
Oh, at some point, you got to shoot the ball, though. So creative, so clever. You do need to pull that shot off and get it on goal, though.
Long surveys the defense and a smidge too far out in front of the charging Stents. So the Tigers, their possessions have been fast and furious so far.
Yeah, there's some incredible foot skills by Norwalk here. Can't quite connect the ball through the pass, but it's certainly getting some corner kicks, some throw-ins in which the opportunities have been there, but they just can't quite finish those opportunities.
Little overlap play here for the Truckers. Thomas going down in the corner. Nice tackle and taken away.
Yeah, I thought he might get the foul there, but it looks like he got all ball, and just the follow-through is what took him down. We'll see a good replay here right in front of the camera.
It's Tayshawn Robinson there with him stride for stride. And
yeah. All ball is suggestive, I think. I don't know. Oh, nearly
piece
hits
of both.
The camera there. Oh, my gosh. Hope everybody's okay after that.
Yeah, I've seen our camera lady down there, Jory Hollenbeck, running for her life a few times in this match already. She was stagnant the first game. All over the place now. Lob into the box. This is, I thought it might be trouble. Hawk.
I agree. I'm not sure how everybody let that go through the box like that.
1 hop, 2 hops.
I think Mansfield does, when I watched the replay, I think Mansfield did a good job of shielding that off. I thought he just let it go, and then Norwalk let it go, but I see now that it's probably a smart defensive play, because if he touches that backwards, it would have been pretty problematic.
Another nice pressure here by the Truckers. I mean, they're stepping and winning a lot of these one-on-one. But the Tigers come away with it this time. Far sideline, now working through the middle. DeBolt, I think, kind of got lucky with that ricochet out wide. Now a chance for the cross. And deflected. I believe we got a Tiger corner on the way. They're first.
I think you're right there. It's a good ball in. Norwalk had to defend it well, but it's going to deflect out for a corner. Couple subs coming in for both teams. Kingston Gonzalez and Omar Dominguez entering for Norwalk.
Looks like Jose Negrette's going to get a quick breather here for the Truckers, as will Drew Thomas. Lobbed in. Sails just wide over the top of everybody.
This is a young Norwalk team. I only see 3 seniors on the roster.
Sure.
So they've got some players out there, so this could be a little bit of tangle there in the middle. Let's see what the ref's going to do with it.
Well, he's going to stop play, come over.
Let's see what he wants, though. I'm not sure. I mean, there's definitely tangled up. It's going to give it to Norwalk. It's going to be a Norwalk free kick.
First foul this opening half against the Tigers, as we're just about 13 minutes gone by. Winner moving on to take on Lexington. Just took down Ontario in the first semifinal match, 1-0. As Gamble didn't get a ton of that one.
Brian, I don't want to be that guy, but certainly next year for the district area, there's some quality teams here. Lexington has a ton of seniors, I think 11 or 12 seniors if I'm not mistaken, so that'll be a new look for them for sure. And probably one of the most talented senior classes they've had for a while. I think not quite the same level coming underneath them, so could be kind of a wide open Ontario. We talked about that sophomore group that they've got. Ooh, Norwalk.
Headed back to the keeper, ball loose, and he falls on it. So are you saying Coach Peter might not turn it into another big-time season like we've seen? Because I've counted him out like maybe a couple times over his tenure. And it just feels like they just keep loading up the schedule and double-digit wins and district titles.
Absolutely. I mean, he's done it. Everybody says that every year. Well, we'll see.
Exactly.
We'll see. But that's a good opportunity there. Mansfield's obviously got quite a few seniors on their group, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's a veteran Tiger club, and now in their second season under their new head coach.
Look at Clear Fork. Clear Fork's got a young team, but two top seniors for sure. Referee's going to bring that back quite a few yards. I'm not sure. I missed that call, I guess. So I just think it could be wide open. You just never know. Obviously, it's been Lexington's past, seems like a long time now. Was it 2017? Was that last time they didn't come away with the district championship? Is that what we said?
Yeah, last time. In their last 11 matches now against Ontario, they are 10 wins, 1 tie, no losses. So wow. We like the rivalry. We throw that word around a lot, but a little bit one-sided right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The girls' side will be interesting as well. We have a couple games coming up on Wednesday. There's a good chance for Norwalk here if they can keep the ball moving. They cannot. But we've obviously got the same 4, but there is a Norwalk girls team that you want to keep your eye on. They had a freshman this year score 47 goals, no seniors, good season. Obviously, Clear Fork graduates quite a few. Lexington graduates. They have an insane amount of seniors on the girls' side as well. Ontario, they've got obviously some seniors, but they're bringing a strong nucleus back. So it's going to be interesting for both sides, really, next year's district championships. But right now, we've got 2 teams battling out for this year's chance to go play Lexington in the district finals.
Big booming kick and kind of a little bit of backspin on it.
A little bit back and forth here, even in the game. Just kind of not a lot of momentum for either team, not a lot of consistency. Some turnovers, some long balls. I think Norwalk's generated some quality chances, but Mansfield has as well. So it's kind of a good back and forth game.
Dominguez has to chase this one down, and I like Norwalk just trusts their speed up top, and they're willing to just sling that thing around the yard and hope that one of these guys can try to make an acrobatic play, as you see Dominguez nearly did.
Yeah, I think Clear Fork kind of relied on that a little bit too, and that was just not quite the case. I think Clear Fork, the speed of Mansfield's back line, you just don't know how fast they are until you see players who are really fast not be in line with them. He's going to be offsides.
So the Tigers lose an opportunity there.
It's a good run. It's a good ball. Looks like he might have been a step offside from the angle we have here. Referee nailed it right on the sideline down there.
And that's Caden Morrell, one of the juniors on the squad. Well, a good nucleus of this Tiger team are in the junior class,
Is it
too.
Juniors? I couldn't know if they're juniors or seniors. Okay.
So definitely the future bright, of course, for North Central Ohio soccer. But it seems like this has been a really quality region of the state for a long time.
Absolutely. In the Sandusky Bay Conference, they will bring some teams in occasionally, and you never know until you know. All right, it just doesn't seem to quite be on the same level with kind of the OCC. Oh, it's a good header there. Problematic still. Handled well by the keeper, though.
That was Rangel-Negrete getting a piece of it. Shot number 4 for the Truckers here in the early portion.
You do wonder about Norwalk with being such a young team. This is somewhat uncharted territory. Obviously, we talked about this for Mansfield, uncharted territory that they've not been here in over a decade. And Norwalk, it's been a little bit for them too because it's been dominated by Lexington, Ontario. So there is a little bit of you need some of that veteran leadership, and you got to rely that your young guys might be talented, might be skilled, but can they handle pressure in moments like this?
Yeah, I read a newspaper article preseason about this Norwalk team. They had 13 wins last year. They really thought that they were going to be able to push a team like Lexington. Did give Ontario a pretty good game in the district semifinal. I believe it took them to overtime to beat them last year. But, they were like, who's going to step up and make up for all these goals? They had some great goal scorers. And, well, for them, it's been number 7 pretty much all year. Erik Rangel-Negrete scored 8 goals in one game this year, Jesse. I mean, it was against Clyde, who's not having a fantastic season. But, my goodness, that's some firepower.
That ends a game in the playoffs. We'll talk about that later, though. But
just one dude all by himself. And he scored 5 of those in the first half as well. So it wasn't like they were pressing and trying to get him the ball and keep scoring for that school record.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the girl I spoke of for Norwalk, I think she did the same, either 6 or 7 in a game kind of like that. So, and that's a little bit of what we're talking about the Sandusky Bay Conference. So not everybody is quite to the level of the OCC. I think for the most part on the girls' side, from top to bottom, there are good teams in there.
Certainly.
The boys' side, West Holmes is maybe not always on the same level as everybody else. Mount Vernon's they're like a roller coaster. When they're up, and when they're down, they're down.
And that can be in the same season. Like they'll have a nice stretch where it's really going well, and then I look and I'm like, oh, they lost to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So they're high school kids. It's tough. It can be a long season sometimes. But I think that almost makes what Lexington's doing more impressive to me, the fact that they've had the longevity, really no dips. They always come into the postseason ready to play.
It's a good throw-in again. Kind of the back header.
I mean,
just chaos in the box right now.
Gosh, how many of these opportunities are they going to get off of throw-ins? This has been quite the ultimate weapon.
There's going to be one more.
Mason Campbell. This kid is, he's just creating chaos, as you said.
So there are guys who have a long throw and they get it so high, you can kind of get, defense can get under it, and it's not easy to defend, but easier to defend. This kid is just drilling it in there. It is a line drive.
And now the shot deflected. Oh, skying high, Braxton Hawk. Gorgeous save. Definitely his best of the night.
Yeah, you look at the we go back to the conference. So Mansfield Senior, I believe, 1-6 in their conference.
Yes.
Norwalk, I'm not positive of their conference record.
Well, but it was tough. I went through. There's only 3 or 4 other schools that are in their actual SBC. I think they're in the Lake Division that have it. So they won every match except for one. But then they played other teams outside. So I don't really know how they structure it.
Okay.
Because there's 20+ teams in that conference?
But undoubtedly, probably in the upper tier of the SBC.
Yes.
Whereas Mansfield would be, 1-6, obviously in the lower tier. Skill-wise, I like what Mansfield's doing. There's just another level in that conference right now.
But speaking of levels, I mean, this kid, he takes it to new heights every throw-in.
That's great.
Flicked on by Erik.
That was the first one they connected well on the other end of it. I mean, he got up, won the header. Senior's got to press a little bit here. He can't be unmarked on these throw-ins. It's easy to look at here, but it's pretty predictable as to what's going on. He's going to throw the ball deep into the box to one striker. You just got to bump him. He can't get a free header in there. He can't be given clear lanes to goal.
Can you get somebody in their face, a la basketball, to kind of jump around on that throw-in?
If there's only one target, you might have to consider that. Just go be big, right?
Might be onto something here, Jesse. Don't know that I've ever seen that. Tigers looking to break out here on the counter-attack. Just a little bit behind Sincere Long, though. Another ball just lobbed here by the Truckers, and they've proven to be dangerous from time to time. They'll play by Quinten DeBolt.
Yeah, Norwalk's style of play, I haven't quite figured out what their flow to the game is. You know, it looks like it's the long ball sometimes. Sometimes they just kind of take it from midfield and dribble. Not too much of possession. They're in the attack pretty quick. Little turnover prone so far. And I'm not super familiar with if this is kind of their style. There's sometimes the momentum of the game or the antics of the game get you ramped up a little bit. But what I do know is they've got some plays on set pieces and throw-ins that are certainly going to be goal-scoring opportunities.
Kind of living down here on this side of the pitch, too. But the Tigers looking to flip the field now. Last pass has been a bit off target. They were able to hit it once tonight.
Yeah, Norwalk has defended pretty well for the most part. They sit back, they get the angles right, they're getting the lanes right, and so it's tough to get that ball in. So here it is again. I think you got to find one more pass. You got to draw one of those two defenders out and then try to slot that ball in there. I think when you go for the long through ball from 40 yards out, Norwalk's disciplined and fast enough to cover that.
Little pressure that time from Kroll. Dominguez goes around him, and now the Truckers. This is dangerous.
You just see the speed of the Mansfield defense. I mean, they are fast. But he didn't clear it out, though.
So Rangel-Negrete, back post, sets it up, and our first goal of the night belongs to Quinten Gonzalez. What a setup. All from the energy of Erik Rangel-Negrete to stay after it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the replay, because what I'm curious if it's a shot or if that's a pass. If it's a pass, it's a bad giveaway by Mansfield. There's been a couple out there. He just kind of turns and hits it. I don't know if we'll ever know the result of that or the intent of that, but we do know the result of that, and that is a good goal for Norwalk. Quinten Gonzalez giving Norwalk a big 1-0 lead about halfway through the first half.
Truckers breaking through. 7 shot opportunities already, but none prettier than this. I think you're right. Just smash it towards frame, let something happen, and it works out with Quinten, the freshman too, coming through big.
Yeah, what a moment for the freshman. We talked about the youthfulness, and sometimes youthfulness nerves can take over, and sometimes that youthfulness, you just love the excitement and the momentum and the energy. Quinten, right place, right time, great goal.
Kind of got a little bit of a Steph Curry to his look there, I noticed.
Everybody that young does.
Yeah. Producer says every young person kind of looks like a baby Steph. Though he's finally aging. It took him a few years in the league, but now that he's pushing 40, he looks like an adult now.
Yeah, NBA opens up tomorrow night, right?
So exciting. So geeked for the new season.
Does Donovan Mitchell finish the season as a Cav?
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he, Jesse? Can't believe that's the first thought that you come up with. All the different storylines coming into the season. Big hopping shot there. Second save so far on the night.
My professional sports pet peeve is when players just decide not to play. Whatever happens in Philadelphia, where Ben Simmons doesn't want to play, then James Harden doesn't want to play. How does nobody want to play for Philadelphia?
Well,
and then how's there no punishment for them?
What about Deshaun Watson yesterday? I'm not sure if you're an NFL guy, but that was one of the more perplexing things I've seen in recent history.
The way that game ended was very un-Clevelandist.
It somehow
the refs helped
fluffed it for us.
Helped out, but certainly those calls usually go against Cleveland late in the game.
No doubt.
And here we are.
No doubt. So it just feels like, the odds tend to, break down 50-50. It's so far slanted in the other way, Jesse, that eventually it's got to start coming towards the middle. That's my only explanation for what we saw. But a win's a win when you look back in history. You're not going to remember how it went down. Just the win.
That's
and that
true,
Deshaun watched in a blanket over on the sideline. Crazy.
P.J. Walker, the legend.
He's growing into one.
Just keeps winning. We do have a soccer game going on here.
Yeah, and I like that thought there by Rangel-Negrete to try to sneak it through. And very unselfish team. It feels like Norwalk, they're pretty fast with their decision-making with the ball right now, where they're not putting too much into it. Don't overthink it. Just do.
Yeah, they're pretty creative with the ball, too. I think right now we see there's just like an energy, and effort. Oh, I think there's a bit of a spill there on the tarp on the track. You see the energy and effort from Mansfield to kind of keep the game close and competitive right now. I think defensively Mansfield's hanging in there, not really stringing a lot of passes together. And credit to Norwalk's defense as well. Certainly don't want to talk about just the errors of Mansfield, but Norwalk's defense has been solid. Right, maybe giving up one opportunity, but they're right place, right time, winning the ball, and getting into the attack. It's been a good outing for Norwalk so far.
Out of bounds off of the Truckers. So it'll be a Tiger throw-in. And if Mansfield were able to dig themselves out and get another shot at Lexington, did not go well in the regular season, shut out 7-0. And that was on their home turf as well. So you wonder how much Mansfield Senior has grown since then. Has been a while since that match. That was back in August.
Sure. Lexington doesn't necessarily require that through ball to generate an offensive attack. And they're patient. I would say up until this game, they're patient to break down those games, and so you got to see that a little bit.
And here is our player spotlight, Erik Rangel-Negrete, and I told you about that 8-goal performance that he had against Clyde. This is a kid who's been in the lineup and for everything that I read has been a reluctant scorer his first couple of seasons at the varsity level, and told, matter of fact, by his coaching staff, like, we think that you have the talent. Go ahead. This can be your year to be our premier guy. You've got the green light at any time. He's been able to take advantage. 30 goals so far on the year, and his assists, too, I think well into double figures. So he'll definitely be first team All-SBC.
It's interesting that a kid who scores 8 goals in a game would have to be told, like, hey, you need to score some more. You need to shoot some more. Like, you should have had 9.
Yeah. Well, I think they just had the last couple of seasons some kids that could really put the ball away.
He's going to be onside. Referee, I don't know that he's out in midfield. Offsides is the call. I thought he was behind midfield when the play started. We'll see if we can see it here with our angle. It's going to be close. It's a bad turnover again by Mansfield. Right idea by Norwalk. Just get it forward. Can't quite tell. It was close. I'm going to trust the referee over there. I'm going to think he got it right. Certainly from where it's being spotted, it doesn't appear to be close to midfield. So
yeah, they're still going to keep moving the ball forward. But how about, I thought even more impressive was the speed of Javion Jones. He was beat and then clearly won that foot race.
Yeah, and we saw that against Clear Fork too, where he's going up against Connor Harger and another one of the strikers for Clear Fork. I mean, he's just fast. He's just a fast kid. He got good angles, and I like what he does defensively. I thought what they did against Clear Fork was really, really solid.
Truckers moving the ball around the park, forcing the Tigers out of position.
Yeah, you'd like to have that one back. The movement was good, but that final pass was just not quite what they wanted there. I think one more pass wide kind of opened the game up, opened Mansfield up a little bit. But it goes right back to Norwalk.
And we're going to get a foul against the Truckers.
Maybe a handball. Maybe a handball on the touch. It looked like he jumped up and hit it with a little bit of everything, I think.
First foul that they've committed so far in the first 29 minutes. Now here comes Quinten DeBolt. Blast off. Drifting into the box. Headed out of there, but right down to his bro Quinten, who's going to try not once but twice.
Yeah, we know that the green light is on for the TY Tigers when they're inside the 20. They're not.
Oh, sincere long offsides.
Oh, is he cramping up? Oh, no. I really thought he grabbed his leg as if he's hurt. He kind of stumbles a little bit. Definitely was offsides. We see kind of.
I think that was just like a disappointment
toe
touch.
For sure, yeah.
Thought he should have made the play. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. It probably would have been more disappointed if he would have mashed that into the net. And now back at the other end, the Truckers quickly flip the script.
Well, Norwalk just kind of picked their pocket a couple times coming out of the back there. Mansfield, you think they have it to clear?
And Rangel-Negrete took that one away. Another shot attempt here for the Truckers. So Norwalk so far owning an 8-2 shot differential. And that guy right there has had quite a few of them. Got the assist earlier in the match, setting up Kingston Gonzalez, the freshman, for our lone goal at about 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, you look at Norwalk's schedule, and certainly the most impressive result, I think, is probably that 5-1 victory over Ontario. And I know for both teams, I think that was a little bit of a transition game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Ontario, that's when they kind of moved McGinty into goal. Maybe even after that game or during that game. It wasn't quite all the pieces weren't together. It was game 2 for Norwalk, maybe game 2 for Ontario as well. And so early August, you're not looking to be at your peak yet, and you're just trying to improve and get things right for this moment here. And so far for Norwalk, looks like they're at the right place, right time, doing the right thing.
And I assume you have conversations with Stephen Armstrong throughout the course of the year. How was it for him to transition at the beginning of the campaign? Did he feel comfortable right away, or did he have to earn that comfortability throughout the course?
I think the lesson in preseason he learned is that Mansfield Christian, you don't have to compete against football, taking your athletes. So I think there was a conversation of that you constantly not recruiting, it's not the right word, but you want to get the top players out there. And whenever there's a coaching change, there's always a little bit of attrition, and obviously the Ontario could have had a little different lineup. We had things been done differently, or what players made different decisions or whatever. But then ultimately, when August 1st hits, you got your group, and there's no negotiating after that. You've got the group you want. It's a good ball into the box.
And now DeBolt settles, fires, back post. Oh,
the chances there might have been. He's going to be onside. It's going to be a goal kick. The ball just kind of fell into the right place for Mansfield. He's going to want that one back, I can tell. A bit of a heavy hit there.
Oh, that's their leading scorer, too. Justin Kroll, kind of tailor-made for him to try to punch that one back post.
Yeah, but I think for Ontario, what Coach Armstrong did there with kind of how the season began and how all that shaped out for him, I thought he did a terrific job, especially in the performance tonight. I thought the game plan was good. I thought there was just an energy and effort by Ontario that was just incredible. They understood the game plan. They understood the level of effort that was needed, and they just did it nearly perfectly. I don't know that the perfection is not on them, but Jack Hebel just drilled a great goal to win it.
One of the few times that they even allowed a shot that looked like that during the evening. So the Warriors sent packing yet again by their rivals in the tournament, who have knocked them out, I think, 5 times since 2017.
It's a tough statistic.
Have not beat them once since that win in the district final. So who will Lexington play? We're trying to sort that out right now. Looks like Norwalk's got a pretty good grip. And moving into the attacking third yet again, here comes Martinez. Poked away, but it'll be a throw-in, and we know how these have gone tonight for the Truckers.
Yep. Oh, he's not making his way over there yet. Oh, there he is. Very slow trot. Referees tell him to pick up their pace a little bit.
Probably requires a good bit of energy, though, to throw it as far and as hard as Mason Campbell does.
He's going to put it right to the E on the Shelby logo, and Norwalk isn't even deep enough, though, so it's not really going to work out. That's going to be a corner, though, almost. Oh, okay, it is a corner. Okay, I thought for a second he signaled goal kick. Interesting that we all know that the long throw is coming, but Norwalk, all of their players are outside the box, and one player makes a late run in, and there was never really a threat outside of the throw itself. Here's been another area of problem for Mansfield, though. It's going to be out, though. Hits the football goalpost, and it's going to be an immediate goal kick.
So Norwalk can't put together a quality look off of that set piece as we're closing in on 5 minutes to go in this opening half. 1-0, the score on our El Campestre scoreboard. And don't forget, folks, it is Margarita Monday over there. They got Taco Tuesday coming up.
Do they deliver to our booth? That is the question I would like to know.
I think if we asked very nicely, pretty well respected around that place, they might just bring a couple of tacos to us, Jesse.
Yep, I would take any dish they wanted to bring. I'd be very grateful for.
What I negotiated with them, I think I just need all trade on the back half.
Just barter for your sponsors.
No question. Pay me in molcajetes.
Oh, that's another one of my dishes there for sure. Trying to think if there's a dish I would not want.
Oh, I don't think so. What's the beauty of Mexican food is that it's all the same 6 ingredients, just prepared and presented differently.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And for the most part, I like all those 6 ingredients.
No question. Oh, nice run by Negrete. Headed out, though. And the Tygers going to just boom it down, see if Sincere can make a play.
Yeah, the senior high offense has been a little sporadic. They just can't keep the ball until they can, and then they get an opportunity, but really struggling to kind of get that possession going and get things starting, and a little problematic because you can't keep giving Norwalk the ball because they're certainly getting more and more chances. And like we said earlier, when you keep giving a good team the ball, it just makes them better. And so I think for Mansfield, you got to clean some of that up.
Yeah, I think the time of possession here got to be probably 65-70% in favor of Norwalk so far in this opening half. They've spent most of their time down here at this end of the pitch. And going to get another big throw-in on the way from Mr. Gamble.
Yeah, statistic, we don't keep his throw-ins, but he's got probably at least 8 that I can think of. They've not scored off of one yet, but they've been close a couple times. This is the area they were close early. That's the throw-in they want right there.
Yeah, another laser beam, and that time Erik did have his man pinned, but he couldn't flick it towards net.
I thought the defensive effort and lineup was better. But it's going to be a corner. I thought initially it was deflected off Mansfield, but I thought I saw him signal a goal kick. Maybe they conferred and brought it back for the corner. It's weird they see a team who's more dangerous on their throw-ins than their corner kicks, but
yeah.
that's proven to be true so far.
This is their 5th one, back post, though. Oh, good opportunity as that trickled over the top of Hawk.
That's a good ball in.
Yeah, nice.
Their corner kicks have not been consistent. Their first 2 were great. They had one that hit the post that probably should have been a goal kick, and then one that was played out of bounds. But that's the right one right there. That was a good corner there by Norwalk, just not quite enough to put it in the back of the net.
So we got a lot of Tiger fans watching out there live and free. As Long makes his break, trying to give him something to cheer about.
He was offsides. Yep, he was the ball deflected. He couldn't get back on sides in time, but there's a threat to go forward. You can see Sincere Long just a little deeper than everybody else.
Sure.
Keeper does well to come off his line, though. That's a good save.
And do keep bringing us comments in that fan zone. We will make you a part of the game. And I'm told that y'all were wondering who the winner is going to get. Well, if you didn't catch our first half of the doubleheader, Lexington narrowly escaped with a 1-0 victory over Ontario in a great back-and-forth matchup in the backyard brawl. Very physical game in the second half. 7 total yellow cards, but that's only half of what we had last year in that contest. So they cleaned things up a bit.
You know, the difference between the yellow cards this year and last year, I think these were, for the most part, just controlling the physical play. Last year, I think there was a lot of antics, extracurriculars, words that were said.
Yep.
And that's part of it. You got to be disciplined enough that you can play physical, you can play hard, and you can play with some emotion, but you got to be able to control all of that. And I think that was the difference from last year to this year, especially for Ontario, because I think they were more of the recipient of the reds and the difficult cards last year for those kind of things.
Boy, yet another corner kick is earned off of the throw-in game. So this is going to be their 6th chance now, Jesse, and it's been probably their ultimate weapon so far in the match. Mason Gamble just chucking it in there. And with just 40 seconds left, the Truckers with another big opportunity.
It's going to be another corner again. I think Mansfield got confused on who that went off of at the end. Got one more chance in front of goal here. We'll see if they're able to get it. Oh, they went short, kind of caught Mansfield sleeping. Let's see if they can do something with it.
Turn towards touchline, deflected. Rangel-Negrete Trying to get by a couple of defenders.
Ball is just bouncing around. It's probably the 5th time in this game I've just seen the ball bouncing right in front of the Mansfield's goal.
Now the shot at the horn. Takes us to the break as Tiger fans hold their breath here down the stretch. Another big blast off and flicked in another direction, but they will take it into the half, just trailing 1-0 as Norwalk and their goal by Gonzalez has them on top. Stay with us. We'll be back with some stats and analysis courtesy of Mechanics Bank. We'll get you all set for half number 2. You're watching live and free tournament soccer on the OH Report.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why, Matt?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween.
Tonight's action brought to you folks live and free thanks to our unbelievable sponsors, including Spitzer Motors of Mansfield, home of the Spitzer Shield, shielding you from the unexpected on all purchases. Order a new vehicle exactly the way you want it, even if it's not in stock. Frito Lay, driven and inspired by one purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And El Campestre, for authentic Mexican dining with an atmosphere and service that will keep you coming back. Visit El Camp on 4th Street in Ontario, also offering carry-out. Hit them up on the phone, and then remember that it is Margarita Monday in person tonight. Buy a meal, get a mark for $2. back to Shelby for the Mechanics Bank halftime show. That's better. And Norwalk been just a step better so far in this first half, as they've got 9 shots to the Tygers 3. And I really feel like they've kind of dictated the action for the most part. You see that time of possession, it's very heavily in their favor. We've been looking down at their offensive third quite a bit.
Yeah, the game's been in the middle until Norwalk just kind of gets forward a little bit. And then really what's changed the game is really been the Norwalk throw-ins, honestly. I mean, we've joked about it a little bit, but this probably had 9 throw-ins. When it's traditionally not much usually comes out of that offensively, right? It's just kind of it's a throw-in. You can either keep possession. A lot of teams struggle to do that. But for Norwalk, they get the ball really inside the football 30. Mm-hmm. The ball's going to the letter E of the Shelby logo at 1.
Yes.
And it'll go down, looks to maybe the P at the Whippets. But, it's just been like an impressive. So they're getting corner kicks off of it. They've not scored because of it, but certainly it's kept the ball in their attacking area the majority of the game. So certainly the throw-ins, the corner kicks, those are the 2 statistics that really stand out to me that just kind of allowed Norwalk to just keep attacking, and they have 1 goal to show for it.
And I think they earned probably 5 of those corner kicks off of the throw-ins, so that's been the number 1 weapon for them so far tonight. Though, as you mentioned, haven't been able to cash in. However, the freshman Gonzalez at the 16:41 mark was able to deliver the only score so far here of the night. And this just, Erik Rangel-Negrete, what effort on the back end. And even if that was a shot attempt, just delivering it, trying to create some havoc, putting it in front of the net, works out as the freshman Kingston dives in, makes a big play.
Yeah, I really like him to be player of the game, just so I can ask the question, all right, were you just turning and hitting it? Were you shooting it? Or did you see that play across the field and you're looking for that assist all the way? I'd like to know. We'll see. We'll see how the game plays out, if he can maybe be our player of the game. We typically don't choose player of the games based on questions we want to ask, but hey, we'll see.
Jesse, this is our party, okay?
It's our party.
We can celebrate any way we'd like
to.
to.
There's no fan voting tonight. I'm going to choose my own player of the game based on my necessity for knowing, was that a pass or was that a shot?
Well, you chose Sincere Long last time with Mansfield Senior, and I mean, there were other wise choices out there, but you just wanted to talk to that kid, so we typically give you what you want.
Listen, he played fun. He was the difference maker, and the Mansfield backline was sensational against Clear Fork.
Producer Adam saying perhaps tonight's MVP, the pizza guy, though we didn't get any slices just yet, so I'm not so sure that I'm throwing out any tips in that regard.
We were told it was here.
Yeah.
Listen, I know a lot of food is here.
I'm not buying it.
We do have a second half that is about to be underway.
Woo!
These doubleheaders, we got to bring snacks next time. We got to bring some meals, bring some lunches. Got to be ready to go.
Some of us did come prepared. I've never even heard of these chips. What, Utz? Have you heard of these before?
I've heard of them. It's not my favorite brand, but at this point, I'll eat the wrapper. So
I'm not a big chip guy just in general, but if I am.
That is where we differ, Brian. I could live off of chips.
But mostly Frito Lay, right?
Oh, Frito Lay for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
They got all the good stuff. I really didn't know that until I started contracting and working with them. I didn't know that they made all the chips. It really was stunning to me.
There is a food thing where there's usually one mass company that makes everything, and they just split into other companies.
All the snacks, too. The grandma's cookies are made there. Like all the peanuts. Like, literally, I was just like, you guys make all this? Awesome.
Grandma's peanut butter cookies are some of my favorite snacks in the world.
Peanut butter anything.
Well, Mansfield Senior is still playing.
Reel us in, Jesse. Reel us back, buddy.
The game has been this. It's really Mansfield Senior wins the ball, and they struggle to get forward. Norwalk kind of comes back in the attack, and then they get a long throw. And that has been, I would say this play has happened probably 10 times now where Seniors defended well, can't transition out. Norwalk's high pressure creates a throw-in. We see Gamble come up. He's going to launch the ball right at probably the I, the P of the Whippet logo. And now Norwalk has put a guy deep right in front of the keeper. I like it. I like what they're doing.
This one comes up a little bit shorter than it had previously in the match, but a couple of headers and takes a bounce. And we've seen a lot of this with some dangerous positioning in the ball and maybe the second best look that we've had with the Truckers tonight.
Yeah, again, Mansfield Senior's inability to clear the ball. They're just kind of kept bouncing around. Nobody got out of the box. Eventually falls to the feet of Norwalk, and he puts it just wide. I think he hit a rolling goal kick is what the call is. Now I'm...
So you just got to do it all over again?
Certainly at the youth level, that is the rule. I don't think that's technically the rule, but we're going to allow that.
Well, what would happen what's supposed to happen if you hit a rolling goal kick? What
It would be an indirect free kick, I think, if you kind of get the ball in play when it's not set to play. I guess the referee could bring it back before it's played. And yeah. There's different levels, like high school, college, and professional, all kind of play things a little bit different there.
interesting looking play there with Zag Oglesby.
Oh, he's going to give a – yeah, he clipped him a little bit of the ankle. I didn't see it. I saw the Norwalk player grab his ankle, so I believe that it happened. But I didn't actually see it, but it is going to be a Norwalk free kick just behind midfield. That's going to be just behind midfield a little bit more.
And this is their big play guy, Mason Gamble, pretty much all over the field. He's kind of been dictating and handling these duties for him. And Mason down the near sideline, looking for Rangel-Negrete.
But that's it, though. I mean, Mansfield Senior keeps knocking the ball out of bounds for throw-ins, so I think Gamble's going to come back up. He also is smart enough that he's in no hurry to get up here to take this throw-in.
And if you're Coach Brian DeBolt, maybe a change in strategy. You've seen how dangerous these have been. Do something other than just alleviate the pressure with the ball out of bounds?
Yeah, there's an old soccer saying that when in doubt, kick it out, which is, for the most part, a fine defensive strategy until you just keep giving away long throw-ins that are almost more dangerous than giving the ball away elsewhere on the field. And so I think you just, that press kind of came out of nowhere in a hurry, and it's still been problematic, but he's going to be offsides on the play back to it, though.
Yeah. And if you guys are interested, we've got volleyball going down tonight. Galleon taking on Willard. They're already into the fourth set. Tigers up 2-1, looking to close it out and move on to the district championship. But the Flashes battling back right now.
I don't know my volleyball district. Would that be the same as Lexington, Ontario? Is it the same district, or is that a different division?
Different division in volleyball.
Okay.
That's one below or smaller, if you will.
Sure.
Smaller schools. Lexington, Ontario actually playing volleyball tomorrow night.
Absolutely. No.
Yeah.
Should be a good matchup.
So 3 straight days I'm going to call for Lexington versus Ontario with a chance to go into the district championship. And you asked me, out of Richland County, what team probably gets the most wins of any fall sport? It's a good question. Probably because Lexington soccer seems like they're going to go on a nice run. Probably helps swing it in their favor. However, Ontario girls, I think, are a favorite, probably to emerge out of their district.
Yeah, but so the real question, Brian, for you would be what school gets the most wins out of the fall sports? So if you take football, however many wins Ontario gets in Lex, and maybe Clear Fork's in the mix, probably not this year, but if you take so football, boys soccer, girls soccer, and volleyball, and you add up the total wins, which school comes away with the most victories?
Man, in Richland County, I think probably Ontario would be right near the top because both of their soccer programs are strong, and then football, 9 wins already before they even enter the tournament. That's tough to compete with.
I know their volleyball team is good. I don't know their record, though.
Solid.
I might have to do a little research. I'll come with answers for the games on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, referee. Referee with a nice touch in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it was. Settled that right down by the Sneaks. Can we get a replay of that? I mean, watch this.
Look at this touch. Get this guy in the Sunday League out here. Boom, bring it down. He was ready to play it. I like it.
So back to action with the Tigers. Again, they're going to play it back to the keeper. It's been problematic a couple of times. Hawk, though, sneaks that one through.
I will say, to your point, I think it looks, because I didn't see them do that all in the first half. I think the Bolts thing was we can't keep knocking the ball out of bounds, so turn it, find the keeper, play it back. We can't give it long throw-ins. And now Seniors get a little chance to go forward. Ball stays in play.
Yeah, a couple people in front.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
still a chance.
That's going to be a foul coming out. Sincere Long came in a little late.
He is playing some bully ball for Long.
Talking about player of the game, Gamble certainly is going to be an interesting thought for player of the game just because he's generated so much offense from outside back. I think is where he's been playing for most of the time.
Correct. Yeah, definitely in a defensive role, but engaging the offense regularly so far here in the match. And the Tigers, they've kind of just been relegated to try to hit a counterattack every now and again.
Yeah, what Norwalk has done well is certainly they mark up in the middle, so they make that transition pass out difficult. So your options really are, he's going to get it. Yep. They make that pass out, so it's either you knock the ball out of bounds or you give it back to Norwalk. And so that's Mansfield Senior not being able to figure out what to do besides those two options. And so I think really what you've got to connect, you've got to bypass the middle. If they're so tight in the middle, you've got to bypass and find that target. But Norwalk has just been organized defensively from the middle and from the back line. They do a good job of just keeping the ball in front of them, keep the play in front of them, and then just get back in the attack.
Interesting angle here for Ben Snyder.
And Norwalk certainly has had chances around this area all over the field. We'll see what they do with this one.
Got 5 players all trying to make a charge. Back post.
And a lot of contact, yeah. 3 players went down in the box. I don't think a foul anywhere. I just think they all kind of got tangled up and fell into each other and kind of took the fun out of it.
Tigers with an exit plan, but out of bounds there. That was Bronson Hill.
Yeah, you got to keep that in play. Norwalk's going to sub. Time. The thing you got to start factoring in from all parties is that the time is a friend of Norwalk and an enemy of Mansfield right now. So these subs, these long throws, Norwalk is in no hurry to get the ball back in play. And Mansfield's got to do a little bit better to not keep knocking the ball out of bounds for a variety of reasons right now.
Well, a chance for a turn here in the middle of the field by Snyder as he lobs it down to the corner. Tigers content to put it out of bounds, but you know what's coming now.
Yeah, that slow trot from left back all the way up to the attacking side on the opposite side of the field. He gets it. He knows his role. He knows the time. I didn't see this much from Norwalk in the first half. I mean, they're putting a guy right in front of the keeper. And now he's actually going to run away. Okay, there's a little more movement. They're a little deeper now. The first half, I thought they're not deep enough on the throws, which is crazy.
Headed straight down by Mansfield Senior and lobbed out of there. Chance to settle it and try to do something for Stentz.
One of the things I think will be key for Norwalk in those throw-ins, I don't think you're going to be able to, where that ball landed, you probably want to have to flick it one more time. So you're almost going from like a header to a header. That's a good ball. And defended well by Gamble.
Yeah, able to get back right at the right time when he needed to. So Mansfield now with the throw in deep in enemy territory. And they'll bring it back here towards midfield here with Buford. Skip across the field for Bowman. Looking for some options.
But there's nothing. There's nothing available right now. It's going to end up being probably a throw-in. Mansfield just got a little stagnant with the ball there. Norwalk does well to just take a look. There's no options available. And Norwalk just defends nicely. Can't quite clear it or get out of their area yet, but it's a good flick by Sincere. It could be a problem.
Oh, a little body bump and well done by Gamble to win that matchup.
So Mansfield did a good job of really making something out of nothing there. There's just no passing available. They just kept kind of press and trying to just create something, create a turnover somewhere, and results in a long clearance for Norwalk for a Mansfield throw.
Into traffic. Gamble again coming in. And this one blistered through the uprights.
Oh, yeah, green light's on. Let's do it.
First shot of the second half for the Tigers. And they've only put one on frame so far, so everything's kind of coming out on the perimeter when they're having their offensive opportunities and looks.
Yeah, most of their chances that have been quality chances have been offsides right in front of the goal. And credit to Norwalk's defense. I mean, they just defended well in that last series. There's just nothing open. They were smart on the ball, smart off the ball, did exactly what they need to do. They're going to be fine with Mansfield taking a 35-yard shot.
Off their goal kick. Oh. A lot of contact.
It's a good touch forward. There's a little bit of space to work in. About 2 on 5, though.
And it's going to roll just out of the reach, and a little bit of dissatisfaction there on the face of Bowman.
Norwalk is organized defensively. They're not going to get beat down the middle of the field. If you're going to beat them, you have to kind of get in the corner a little bit and look to get a cross in. But the middle, they just got all 4 of their backs just collapse the middle. You're not going to allow that through ball through. They're not going to get beat in the middle. You've really got to attack kind of the outside area and play the ball into the middle from the outside as opposed to just straight down the middle.
A dozen minutes burned by here in this second half. No scores yet in half number 2, but a great opportunity potentially for the Truckers here. On the leak out, Erik pushes it out wide. And big tackle. And now here come the Tygers.
Sincere long, and there's the pace. We haven't seen a lot of this game. Just see him. Couldn't tell if he was clipped or fell. I think he fell.
Lays it off for Crawl, try to load up from long distance.
Mansfield's picked up their attack a little bit, doing a little bit better. That's a good movement here.
Now Crawl again. And keeper just gets out the way.
You see the run on Sincere here. You're going to see he's going to take I think he clips his own leg. I don't think there's contact there. He's so fast, so strong. I like the attack from Mansfield. We haven't seen a lot of that where there's those little passes keep trying to free up the next guy. That's tough to defend. If you're looking for that long ball, Norwalk's organized. They do well to stay marked and stay tight on their marks. So it's really just find the next open play.
Pass behind the intended target from Manuel Bravo, so it gives the Tigers another chance here. But they step in front again.
We got Norwalk free kick. It's been one thing with Norwalk's transition here. It's been they get the ball in midfield. They kind of play behind their guys. There's so much space and momentum to play into. So it should have learned a lesson here. Had a chance to kind of roll the ball back, get the ball restarted for the quick free kick, and they did not. So Norwalk's going to take their time, get the ball back. This is one of those things, if you've not been in this moment, you don't understand some of the gamesmanship that goes on here. We talked about the youthfulness. Sometimes that youthfulness can bring some energy, bring some excitement. But there are just certain things throughout the course of a game that's a good opportunity. Just wide. You don't understand how much time ticks off the clock on those little plays. And so there's some youthfulness that you can just get the ball back to Norwalk. Just let them have it. If they're going to waste time, it's going to be on the referee's discretion, not you not giving the ball to them.
Yeah, great second look on the Spitzer Motors replay there. That last shot from Manuel Bravo, who got loose. Sucked Braxton Hawk off of his back line. Probably the best opportunity so far this second half for either side. Almost 15 minutes gone by. Winner moves on to play Lexington Thursday night.
Just missed that touch there. It's a good opportunity. Mansfield sending some numbers forward. That's a good win by Sincere. That's going to be trouble.
Yeah, it's going to bounce out wide. Here's Crawl, I believe, on the hop and got banged around. Looked like he's a bit frustrated.
Yeah, not a foul, but definitely contact.
Tigers, though, going to send it back into the box.
Oh, my.
Yeah, big ball. Freeman was there waiting on it.
I think everybody thought the ball was going out. It kind of stayed in and just no one was really on the ball yet.
Now Bowman showing some patience. Lays it back now for Buford. Big ball into the box and a couple hops and out of play there from the right foot of Tayshawn Robinson.
Ooh, he pulled up a little lane too. It's cramps. You can see he's definitely got a little limp to his step right now. After he struck the ball, he grabbed his right hamstring. It's not a good sign. Trying to jog it off.
And he is one of their speedsters on the back line, number 12.
Yeah, they got a couple back there. Their back line is phenomenal. So impressed with them, their game against Clear Fork.
Tigers step up and win this one out of the air here. But Campbell, kid being a difference maker tonight, just changing the field.
Another bad giveaway or near giveaway there in their own defensive third. The ball did deflect off Norwalk, so it's going to be a Mansfield throw-in.
Senior high and gets it into DeBolt. Trying to make some moves.
Good bit of skill.
Yeah, right off the defender. Quickly on the restart on the throw-in. But they give it away in the transition game, so it's back over to the Truckers, and Mr. Gamble's not been in any hurry to make a throw-in tonight. This one flicked and stays inbound.
Stat that's not useful at all, but I'm curious about now is it's the most amount of distance one player's thrown the ball in a soccer game.
Ever?
Ever. This guy's got to be pushing it. This is probably his double digits of long throws into the box. And he takes pretty much all the throw-ins from the other end of the field as well to get out of the I mean, it's quite a weapon. Norwalk not really capitalized, but
again, it's led to almost all their corner kicks somehow.
Absolutely. It's probably the fourth corner off a long throw. So it certainly 61 meters is the farthest throw in soccer history, according to the producer.
That sounds like a few less feet. Is that right?
The referee is stretching the players out over there. Is that Sincere? I think Sincere might be down with some cramps again. I can't tell from here.
Did someone tell him to find the pickle juice on game nights?
I would say the clock is still running, though. While I appreciate the attitude of the referee, might want to stop the clock.
Yeah, they're going to put about 40 seconds back on.
Okay, there. Everybody handled that correctly. Referee, good sportsmanship. Got the clock right. And now Norwalk throw-in, or corner kick. Pretty much the same thing for Norwalk.
It has been so far in this contest. Matter of fact, you could say they've almost been more effective on the launch from Gamble than what they've got out of their corners.
Yeah, they've had some inconsistent. They've had a couple that have been really good. Like if you look at their approach, they have all their guys are right on the goal line.
That's a pretty good one. Hawk got a chunk of it.
Yeah, except for now it's a throw-in, which might be more dangerous. But Norwalk's creativity is interesting. Not much has come of these long attempts, except for it's keeping the ball in this area. So now I do like this, that they put a guy right in front of the keeper. He's not looking for contact. He's just trying to be a distraction. Difficult to keep for the keeper to make a run straight out to see. Mansfield has done well to just win everything, though. Oh my.
Bicycle attempts. Appreciate he even gave it an opportunity.
Absolutely.
But it's going to be another Gamble throw-in. Second look.
Probably should have been a high kick. Typically you got a little space to do that,
yeah.
And you saw Mansfield kind of turn away from it. Typically if it results in a player kind of getting out of the way of the high kick, you got to call it. But you got to appreciate the effort, though, so just let him play.
And you got to wonder if Mason's going to have to ice that right arm after all these throws tonight.
With not seeing Norwalk, is this typical? Is this the amount? I mean, he just gets it right around the 30, the 40-yard line. Oh, it's going to be a Mansfield free kick there.
First second half foul against the Truckers. Chance for TY to start moving forward quickly. Here they come with Bowman. And giving away possession off the slip.
I think I agree with your verbiage. I think it was a slip. Referee has signaled a foul. There's some contact and a slip. Does the contact make this? I don't know. There's a lot in that. Referee has called it. I'm going to agree with it.
So it leads to this. Justin Crawl. Bending back post. Headed up. And Cool comes out to make the stop.
He's not had to do much, but when he's supposed to, he's done it. So far, so good.
Nice punt. Tigers, though, that back line, they get back, they defend, making it tough. But they put it out of bounds as well, which puts them in a compromised position.
Here's a fun fact. Norwalk is a throw, and Gamble is not taking the throw. Got to rest the arm for the ninth inning, I think.
Yeah, something's going on there with that. Though we are just past the midway point here of second half action.
Got to put the closer in.
It'll be a Tigers throw. And Jesse, you've been around soccer your entire life. Those long throw-ins, that's not really something that you can train or coach, right? That's just kind of an innate skill, and if you can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty true for the most part. Obviously, there's a little technique, there's a little bit of, you can help a little bit, but basically, ooh, that's close. Basically, you have the ability to do it or you don't. And sometimes it's interesting. There's unsuspecting players that you think you wouldn't expect them to have this ability.
Yeah.
And then there's players that think, wow, they're strong, they got a good core strength. good upper body strength, and they can't throw the ball. And so it's in the release, it's in the development, but they're just players who just naturally know how to launch the ball.
So would you say it's mostly triceps, or is it the abdominal region?
It's both and. So upper body. It's a whole body motion, but for sure the upper body.
Now, I haven't seen a kid do a flip on a throw-in a long time, and that's something that I always appreciate when they can pull that off.
Yeah, it's really hard to level. You know, what Gamble does so well is his are level. So the higher you get those throw-ins, I think the more difficult it is to make it advantageous. So when you have the defenders can get under it, it's probably easier to head out than head in when it's that high. But those flip throws are fun to see, if nothing else. Ooh.
Foul on the backside by the Truckers defense.
It's a smart foul, though.
Into the heels of Quinten DeBolt.
Yeah, Mansfield had a little momentum going forward. Had some numbers getting forward, and just they called that a professional foul to slow down the attack. Not trying to hurt anyone. The referee has a little bit of a word, but you're fine with it. Gives up a free kick, but nothing else.
Crawl handles, good-looking ball. Sincere tried to turn and flick it towards net. Surrounded, though, by Truckers.
Yeah, Sincere does what I wish Norwalk would do on their attempts. Sincere just kind of creates that space, creates kind of that area to win the ball. That's a tough ball back. Oh. You see Sincere just uses his body so well to try and just create an option there. Yeah, we saw that against Clearfork. I thought the keeper played really well, except for a really bad clearance right to Clearfork that led to their goal. And so while I think you're right, you have to play your keeper, you can't quite set him up like that where you just drill the ball at him and hope he can handle it.
In front of his own bench, Gamble. Another driver. It's going to come right back to him.
I do wonder if Fatigas, that certainly was not as long as they have been. If Fatigas said it, I mean, we've joked about it some, but he's throwing the ball in a ton at an incredible distance.
And whistle comes in, much to the chagrin of TY Tigers fans. You be the judge.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact there. The arm comes up a little bit. I think it's the right call. Norwalk very excited about that call. It's not like they've not been getting called, I understand.
The foul discrepancy in the second half, 5-2. Mansfield has committed more. So off the free kick, Tigers again win it out of the air. This time it's Merrill. And
that's the combination they needed in the middle. They're looking to play that long. So now they've got some numbers, they've got some speed.
And Sincere just about 2 strides behind. Solid build up here from the Tigers.
Yeah, but there's a key. When you can find that second middle player, it's going to open up a lot of space and time, and that's what they did there. Oh, that's going to be a foul, yep. Oh, now we see a little bit of motion set in here. Now the game starts to turn real. It's in back and forth, trying to feel each other out a little bit and see how everybody plays. You saw a little bit of a foul there, so the referee makes the right call. Some clapping, not quite in the face of, but certainly directed at the foul call there by Norwalk.
For those of you that might have flipped over to the volleyball match, Galleon Tigers did take care of business in 4 sets, so they'll be moving on to the Division III championship game. Congratulations to those TI Tigers.
Ooh. Yeah.
And it looks like chippiness starting to pick up here.
Yep. Yeah, there was a yellow card. I think I didn't see him actually issue the yellow card. I saw him stop the clock. Subs are coming on. It's just kind of pure. Oops. I think there was a yellow. I did not see him actually issue a yellow. I saw him stop the clock. Thought it might have warranted a yellow, but I didn't actually see him issue it. So,
well, tough to tell because there were already 3 people at the flag set to check in.
It's going to be another. I don't think the clock stops yet. They're going to put some more time back on the clock here. It didn't stop right away when he signaled for the yellow, which I'm assuming he signaled for the yellow. I saw him signal to stop the clock, but never actually showed the yellow. But I did watching on the screen for a moment as well.
What's happening here is the clock operator is also the PA guy, and the microphone and the scoreboard operation are not close to each other, so he's having to walk all the way down and then all the way back.
If only they had a room here that would allow them to be close together. Oh.
More bully ball. As the physicality ramping up here in the closing 15.
The emotions are picking up down there. You saw the little exchange at the end there. It's, you know, we talked about certainly there's going to be physical play. There's going to be moments. You've got to keep yourself, you know, the coach has you on the field for a reason. You just got to keep those emotions and the physicality in check.
Tygers from the wing. Going to send it in.
Ooh.
Freeman almost was the recipient of a botch play.
That was a big swing there. Probably not quite the attempt you want.
Now here he is trying to make a turn down the sideline, but referee said it was out of bounds.
So 15 minutes left, or just under 15 minutes. You know, for Mansfield, they've got to generate some offense here a little bit. It's been a lot of kind of out of bounds in the middle. They're getting there, kind of. The quality of ball they're getting in is not quite what they need to finish yet. And so it's really this has been the problematic play. They can't quite transition out. Results in a Norwalk throw-in again. Bowman a little slow to get up.
Headed to the middle of the field. Tygers able to take it. Getting out in a burst. Got some options up top. 3 dudes in white jerseys.
Ooh. People get a little antsy now. I think I agree with some antsiness. I get the benefit of a replay, so we're going to take a look here. I think that's the right call.
Into the back of the legs there. Caught.
Yep. The question is, do you go contact and then ball, or is it ball and then contact? And I think he went contact and then got the ball. But for Brian DeBolt, you got to ask for the clock here. If you're going to have a conversation with a player that's going to last a little bit, I think you got to ask to stop the clock. He is in no hurry. I don't think he quite understands the intensity of the game right now. I mean, there is 30 seconds of unplayed soccer that happened because if you're going to converse with the player, I think you just got to stop the clock. You just got to be part of the DNA.
Chuckers almost were able to sky that one here on the near side and get lucky there with Hernandez. Instead, it's the Tygers trying to break out.
Norwalk does well to kind of press the ball and then take away every easy pass around.
Misplayed a bit. And probably wisely putting this one out of bounds. Back to Erik Rangel-Negrete. Pull back, looking to zip it across the field. Nobody home, but a whistle comes in late.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact after the ball was played there, so it's going to be a Norwalk free kick. Interesting to see what they do. If they bring Gamble up for this, they put somebody else on the ball. It's kind of right around that range where it's a long for a shot. Just kind of decide what you're going to do here.
Instead, it looks like they're going to send Gamble up late. They'll put him in the mix.
Yeah, I can't tell how tall he is, but he looks like to be a pretty big kid. Gets in the mix. It's a good ball in. I like the idea.
Great looking ball.
Just a little deep, but I thought the idea was right. Bend it away from the back post. You can see the ball's in just a little big, but the ball is just, it's the right idea. Just a little heavy on it.
Norwalk has not generated much offense here in the second half after coming out sizzling there. I mean, they had 3-4 shots right in the first 5 minutes of the first half.
Absolutely. To be honest, I thought when the game started, within the first couple minutes, I thought this could be a bit of an ugly result. But Mansfield has done well to keep the game close, keep it competitive, give yourself a chance to be in the game at the end. But you got to generate a good scoring opportunity here, and then would really do well to score that good scoring opportunity.
Solid setup. It was just a little bit behind. Now they'll work it out to the wing. Tygers break it up.
They are going to send Gamble. He's got his. Oh, they're not.
Oh, he's surprised.
Yeah, I wonder, you're a little more susceptible to the counterattack when he comes up for these throws, and you've got the 1-goal lead. You don't necessarily need a goal, and they've not really generated scoring opportunities from it. Certainly it's a threat. Yeah, it's going to be a handball there. Kind of landed right in his hand.
So we're getting close here to 10 minutes remaining in our chat session. What's going on out there on YouTube? What are you guys talking about? See a lot of emojis, Fast and Furious, Spitfire.
It's the Wild West over here. You probably shouldn't even look.
So Mansfield defends, and Bowman again just puts it out of play. Felt a little rushed that time.
Yeah, so here's the question you have to kind of ask yourself. So you got less than 10 to go. You need a goal to tie the game up so your season's not over. Do you trust that what you've done so far in the game is going to work, or do you need to make an adjustment to maybe generate a little more offense? So far, we've not seen a lot of consistent offense for Mansfield. So I'm wondering, is there something we can do here to maybe just open the game up a little bit? They kind of just attack with one right now. I think there's a chance to really get some players forward and just be a threat to go forward. But part of that is the mind game we talked about is you've got to defend still. This time Gamble will be up for the long throw-in.
Norwalk still keeping 3 defenders back, though, all waiting at midfield. Tygers with a heavy armored defense. 10 guys in the box. And they're able to get it out of trouble as Gamble has it poked away.
Yeah, you can hear the fans, I think, on the microphone. That's the issue when you bring Gamble up, is you're a little susceptible in the counterattack. He's a weapon, right? He's got good throw-ins, he's got good free kicks, but he's also your center back, and so you got to be careful that he's just not out of position at the wrong time. There's good speed by Norwalk. You don't see Mansfield get outrun on the back line too often.
Yeah, especially in a one-on-one with Sincere Long. The setup, the drive, and it sails over top, but a clean look there for the Trucker offense with Erik Rangel-Negrete. So a quality look that time for the Truckers.
Yeah, maybe a little fatigue on the Mansfield back line. They typically don't sub a ton for their backline players, and they've been working hard. They've been running a lot of players down.
See if Mansfield can try to generate some offense here. Gamble just punching it deep. Takes a hop into the hands of Braxton Hawk.
I think Landon Furkel up top for Norwalk has just put a lot of pressure on the back line. So certainly we've talked a lot about Gamble and the throw-ins and the defensive abilities. But Furkel has just kept a high press. He went for a big shot. Kept it on target.
That he did. Was trying to basically cement a victory. It's the second shot on net here in the second half for the Truckers.
Yeah, Mansfield is just a little flush from the back line. Couldn't quite get the ball off their feet there. Allowed Norwalk to kind of put the press on and try and create a turnover. They nearly did. Just couldn't quite connect that pass through the middle of Sincere. Furkel's just going to put that press on, just try and create a turnover. I think the strikers for Norwalk are underrated job right now of just pressing the ball to not let Mansfield just come out cleanly with the transition. Not a glorified or a glamorous stat, but it's getting them long throw-ins, which they need. And so it's got to be part of the game plan of just keep your press high, force Mansfield into turnovers or plays they don't want to play.
That one gets loose by everybody. Goal kick on the way here for the TY Tigers. Watching time milk away on the clock. Under 6 minutes remaining now. And their season, they'd love to keep alive. As Norwalk comes up with the turnover, starting to get some numbers forward. Hawk slides in, poked away, and dangerous play.
Yeah, I agree. That should have been. Oh, Bowman's going after players here a little bit. Bowman should probably get a yellow for his. I mean, he's trying to protect his keeper. Probably should be 2 yellows. I think a yellow on the foul on the keeper there. Yeah, it's a pretty reckless challenge. I think Bowman gets a yellow as well just for the stuff after. Referee having a strong word there.
And for right now, Braxton Hawk is still down on the turf. We got to take one more look here. Yeah, sliding in, dangerous stuff.
Certainly the keeper doesn't have the ball, but there's a lot of contact going forward, a lot of momentum. While the intent may not be there, I think I give a card just because you got to protect your keeper a little bit. I haven't seen him issue any cards yet. Certainly, I would think your linesman's going to tell you they need to give Bowman a yellow for that. Just went after a player, pushed him. No problem with it as a coach because I think he's just protecting his keeper, but I don't think you can allow that in the type of the game. Players went to the water break, and everybody else is ready to play.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Using the stoppage in time for a quick breather. And there is the first yellow. And do I hear a second? Doesn't look like we're going to get one, Jesse. Not against the Tigers.
Well, no surprise the side ref wouldn't say, hey, I saw this. Because I think he was tending to the keeper. So you see that. Yeah, I think I agree with the yellow. I think it's a little late. Keeper doesn't quite have possession, but it's certainly his tackle goes into the keeper rather than into the ball. I think that yellow's right. I think Bowman's fortunate not to get a yellow.
Off the restart, Tigers with the first touch out of the air, but right to the feet of Rangel-Negrete, who blisters one with the left foot. But it's handled by Hawk, who definitely very gimpy.
Yeah, you know, what's surprising, though, is I thought this was stopped for an injury. And so as we learned in our last game, which I thought was correct on, if a game is stopped for an injury, that player has to leave the field.
It looks like Braxton may need to leave just on accord of not being able to be his best self. Though I don't see any movement over on the Tigers sideline for a backup keeper. Actually, now I do. I see a player trying to grab a different colored jersey. Because Braxton he's hunched over, Jesse. He don't look like he can go.
Yeah, certainly he's a gamer. He's going to try and finish this out a little bit. Oh, it's a Norwalk free. Oh, I'm just confused here. I thought the whole time it was a Mansfield free kick coming out. Referee's having some words with someone again. This is the thing, though. If you're going to
probably stop the clock.
I think you got to stop the clock. But he never really stopped the clock to signify that he was ended. Or to stop the play. So, he could have played it in, but Norwalk is in no hurry. So,
good looking ball here for the Tigers. They've got kind of a 2-on-4, but numbers tracking here to the middle of the field. And big touch from Crawl.
Oh, my. I get trying to waste the clock, but to not go hands first on that is risky. Look at this guy. He's got a guy running right at him. He's going to waste that 1 second off the clock. I don't know. Appreciate the effort. I just think you go hands first and you make it.
Like hands first into the back right there. So Ben Snyder draws the whistle. And the Tigers starting to run out of time here. 3.5 minutes to go. And back to your point, is there something in their bag of tricks that they feel more confident in offensively and leave yourself a bit more exposed?
My
Ping pong pow.
I don't think I've seen him play like that. Referee needs to stop this. Yep, There we go. Thank you. You just got to check on the head there. Stop the clock. Yeah, just a crazy play. I've never seen.
Yeah, that's like a bonus ball in pinball or something.
Yeah.
Clink, clink, clink.
Referee just checking. Run his own concussion test, I guess.
Looks like Quinten's okay.
Yeah.
You don't see too many balls that just knock a player over.
I don't want to be the guy. I think he's got to send him off to get checked for a concussion. He's attempted to get up. He's slow to get up. It was a shot to the head.
I think he's more just grabbing his nose.
Yeah.
But can't be too careful. You're right. It's all about protecting the player.
Landon Ferkel is ready for the full court press on this drop ball. He is going for it. He's going to get the first touch in the drop ball to Mansfield. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a rarity to see someone come charging.
He wanted that drop ball. his press has been a problem for Mansfield. I mean, it's resulted in plays like this, really, where Mansfield just forced to just kind of kick it and see what happens.
Sincere trying to settle, poked away from him.
Just under 3 minutes. Mansfield not really getting a lot of attacking options. Difficult trying to transition through the middle there. Here's a chance. It's going to be a little contact at the end. Let's see how he does with it.
Yeah, Crawl with the slide tackle. It looked like he got a chunk of the ball.
Let's see. We'll see here. I think it's going to be a foul. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Definitely goes in. Contact and then maybe the ball at the end. The referees called that right, and he took a little bit of injury for that in the process. You could tell just the way the ball was. There's going to be some sort of contact at the end. How that was going to play out, you never know. But Crawl's just giving the effort, just trying to get something, trying to generate offense, PK, something out of nothing there.
And Senior High now down to their final 2 minutes, trying to generate an equalizer. Norwalk has not given them very many good looks and options, though, in this second half.
Norwalk just kind of swarms the ball routinely. That's a good ball over top.
Until now, oh, the setup, Crawl! Oh. Wow.
Wow, you may not get a better chance than that. See, the ball just kind of just trickles in.
And your leading scorer front and center. Big opportunity.
It's going to be a counterattack the other way. Merrill does well to kind of flip it out of there. Big swing and a miss, but 80 seconds left.
And DeBolt had it tackled away. Regains it, though. The theft of his own. So Mansfield pushing, pressing forward. Everyone getting up. Or at least they need to, still with one guy hanging back.
There's a high throw in the box, bouncing. Sincere's going to have a chance. Oh.
And they'll stop the clock. 56 ticks.
Going to do a couple subs here. You know, with less than 5 minutes in the game, they stop the clock for substitutions, so not really much of a clock rule here. Maybe more of a strategy just to get some more defensive-minded players in to kind of finish the game out.
That one goes off the hill of Quinten DeBolt.
Well, that throw-in might... Norwalk has not been quick to the throw-ins here. You see Gamble. He's got his throw-in trot coming.
And he can probably just chuck it into the box hitter, at least down in the corner. That's exactly the strategy. Mansfield throwing. Just over 20 seconds to go. Got to get something going towards net. And they'll get a free kick.
Yeah, it's 15. The clock's still ticking here. Got a bit of an injury. There we go. Referee's got it. He's got it under control.
So this is it, Jesse. I think, probably pull the keeper here? Just send everybody up?
I mean, I would think so. He's back there getting a drink of water, so it looks like he's not going up. I think, yeah, you got to sit in the house. And
now they will make that move in the substitution. Well, I thought.
They're going to switch. Oh, yeah, I think DeBolt certainly got the leg to kind of at least get a little farther than Merrill from what I've seen so far. Everybody's back in the box. That's a good ball in the box.
Yeah, big booming hit. Headed up. Another chance. Down to 3 seconds. Tigers won't get a shot off. Norwalk trucking into the district championship to lock horns with Lexington as they survive 1-0 here in the district semifinals. We will take a timeout and be back here at Shelby. We'll have your final stats, including an interview with our most valuable player of the match. So drop us a comment. Let us know who you'd like to hear from here tonight. And we'll be back with that and more on the other side of the break.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa.
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween.
You just enjoyed live and free tournament soccer coverage thanks to these unbelievable sponsors. El Campestre, authentic Mexican dining with an atmosphere and service that will keep you coming back. You can visit El Camp on West 4th Street in Ontario. Hit them up tomorrow for Taco Tuesday. You get 4 of them for $8. Spitzer Motors of Mansfield, home of the Spitzer Shield, shielding you from the unexpected on all purchases. Order a new vehicle exactly the way you want it, even if it's not in stock. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And Frito Lay, driven and inspired by one purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Stick around, we'll be right back with our Spitzer MVP. We're going with Mason Gamble. He's standing by with Jesse Rider. We'll have that in just a minute.
I am down here on the field with Spitzer MVP Mason Gamble. Mason, great defensive job tonight. What was your mindset going into the game tonight?
You know, going into the game, we knew they had some speed up top and they could shoot the ball from far, so just attacking them and making them speed up more just really helped us.
Absolutely. I thought defensively, you played really well. What is really impressive, I've not got to see you play a ton this year, is the throw-ins and the free kicks. How much of a part of your offense is that?
I mean, every day after practice, we always practice those throw-ins and those free kicks, so hopefully it just pays off.
All right, so now your reward for winning tonight is get to play Lexington. What's the mindset for the next game? I know you just won tonight, but knowing what's coming next for a shot at the district championship.
I mean, we're going to go make history, man. It's a big accomplishment. We want to go do it.
So, beginning the season, what were the expectations for this group, for this team?
I mean, losing a lot of seniors last year, we had a big shoes to fill and stuff. So people were doubting us, and I think coming out here and even making the district final in the first place is a big accomplishment.
Yeah, congratulations. Would you like to give any shout-outs to anybody watching at home, anybody here, anybody you want to say hello to?
I want to shout out my parents and my sister up there, my grandma back home watching, and I want to shout out my little freshman Kingston that scored our goal and made us win.
Absolutely. Spitzer MVP Mason Gamble. Great job.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa.
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween.
Post-game show presented by Mechanics Bank, and here are your final stats of the evening. And Norwalk, a lot of that offense coming in the first half, but defensively led by their anchor, who you just talked to, Jesse, were able to do what they had to do to eke out a win, 1-0, punching their ticket into the championship.
Yeah, I thought defensively for Norwalk, and not just the back line, but really all over the field, that the defensive pressure that Norwalk put on did not allow Mansfield that time, that confidence on the ball to be able to look and find and create. They just kept the press high, created a lot of turnovers, and ultimately a lot of throw-ins as well.
Yeah, a lot of throw-ins, and I love when you talk to Gamble that he said that that's something obviously on the reg that they're working on every day after practice, that and the free kick, and it showed. I mean, they say practice makes perfect, and he was very dialed in both of those aspects of the game tonight.
Yeah, I don't think their goal was not a result of the long throw-in, but the long throw-in kept them in possession, helped them kind of maintain the flow of the game, got a lot of quality corner kicks from it. Really an interesting weapon to have and to be a part of.
And so for the Tigers, they're wrapping up their season just a game below 500, but a quality win to get here. And a lot of these pieces going to be coming back, Jesse. So I think that this is a team that's definitely on the rise. We've seen them over the last couple of years get more and more competitive. And I think with Brian DeBolt at the helm, should expect nothing less for another step next season.
Yeah, I love what Coach DeBolt has done with the program here. Not just soccer. I mean, there are guys out here who are competing, who are working hard, and he's doing a great job of just kind of transforming this program into something really special. I think he's done a really good job.
And over on the other side for Norwalk, what did Mr. Gamble said? We're going to make history. That was his prediction against Lexington. You feel like they got the horses and maybe a team that could get it done?
Yeah, it's weird when your reward for winning this game is playing against Lexington. I mean, that's the reality of it. Congrats on the win, but also you're going against one of the best teams in the state now. Listen, I think if their game plan is similar to Ontario, if you can just frustrate Lexington and maybe capitalize on a throw-in or a corner kick, they're going to have a chance. I like what they did defensively. I think Lexington, it probably wasn't their cleanest game tonight. I know that they know that they can play better than what they did, and so I would expect a different Lexington team to be on the field Thursday night against Norwalk.
So the Truckers roll into the district championship. I'll do my research before that game and find out if indeed they have ever won one. From the way that it sounds from Mr. Gamble saying they'd make history, perhaps not. This might be their first opportunity to get on to the round of regional, somewhere where Lexington has been 5 straight years and just one of those perennial powerhouses here in the state. But that will wrap up our coverage here from Shelby, and what a night of soccer it was. It was a very physical game in the first one, and, well, the second one turned out to be exactly the same after some fireworks early on with Norwalk moving into the championship. Do want to thank all of our generous sponsors for coming together, combining to bring you guys live and free coverage tonight. Got to give a shout out to Frito Lay, Mechanics Bank, El Campestre, and Spitzer Motors of Mansfield. For our crew here tonight, Jeremy Peoples running our top camera, Jory Hollenbeck on the sideline running our bottom cam, and then also wrangling our athletes. Adam Thompson, our producer. I'm Brian Skowronski for Jesse Rider, saying thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Plenty more live streams coming up, and that's going to be the case all week here on the OH Report. I think I'm personally a part of about 8 live streams, and we've got lots more, so keep it locked in. We are the future of local sports.